family vacations, where you want to make memorable moments and everyone has a great time. The secret to a fabulous family vacation is finding kid-friendly destinations that offer a variety of activities and moments of serene bliss where every member of the family can find their vacation sweet spot. As a parent, you will want a holiday that offers precious adult time while the kids are safely enjoying their own adventures. Let's discover what to look for in a fabulous family vacation destination and some all-in-one options so that you can just sit back and enjoy. If you are going to put this unforgettable family vacation together yourself, you will want to look at a couple of things like destination, accommodations, and itinerary. Destination. Family vacation is much more difficult to plan than either a couple's getaway or choosing a specific camp for the kids. You need to find a place that offers a variety of activities and attractions for different ages and interests. While the kids' enjoyment is important, it is equally crucial for adults to be able to relax and rejuvenate. You're looking for balance or something for everyone. Accommodations. There are so many choices now. I am a huge fan of VRBO. I like the idea of my kids being able to be kids. In hotels, it can be kind of awkward because the kids need to be quiet, lights need to go out at the same time for everyone, and lights need to come on at the same time for everyone. And it is hard to be yourself while you are all living in one room. It is especially hard to be yourself when you realize you basically have a person in the room on either side of you, above you, and below you. The walls are not that thick, so if you're a really conscientious person, it can feel like walking on eggshells. You have to catch the door so it doesn't slam. You have to be careful that the kids aren't walking and stomping too loud. It's just really hard. Then there's the whole food thing. I do not like to cook while I'm on vacation, but breakfast and snacks, well, that's not really cooking. With a family of 4, you can easily spend $40 on breakfast alone. It is difficult to have food to prepare in a hotel. The VRBO is perfect. You rent a house, oftentimes for the same price or cheaper than a hotel. Everyone gets their own room. You get a kitchen. You can even find a house to rent close to a popular destination or attractions that you plan on visiting, or if you have an active little ones, within walking distance of a great park. You can also look to see if the VRBO has features that make it more of a destination than an accommodation. So what do I mean by that? Here in Phoenix, many of the houses have swimming pools. My nieces, who live in Oregon, love to stay at a house in Phoenix with a pool, and they really don't care if they go out and see any of the sights. They love the sunshine and the pool. You can also see if there is a game room, extensive board games, or snow toys if you are heading to a colder area. Itinerary. Another strategy is to involve the entire family in the planning process. Sit down together and brainstorm ideas for activities and attractions that everyone would enjoy. This not only ensures that everyone's preferences are taken into account, but also creates a sense of excitement and anticipation. Remember, a family vacation is a collective experience, and involving everyone in the decision-making process can make it even more memorable. If you have a wide range of children, ask each child one place or thing that they most want to see or do while on this vacation. Try to make sure that everyone gets to do their number one thing. This way, your teen won't grumble when they have to go to the children's museum, or your 5-year-old can be reminded that they got to play for hours at the children's museum while they are at your teen's choice of a spring training game, for example. I know many parents do the conquer and divide thing. One parent takes one child and another takes the other child, and that way the children are doing things that are more age appropriate and that they like more. I'm not a fan. I like going out with your child on one-on-one as a special occasion, say once every 2 or 3 months. I do not like the idea that they do not have to learn how to suffer, major eye roll, through the boredom of whatever their young sibling chooses. They're part of a family unit. Families do things together. I would totally encourage that thought rather than conquer and divide and conquer. I would do families are together and we stay together. I like that better. Another critical part of planning the itinerary is you need to make sure of the open and close dates for any attractions or sites that you will be visiting. This way, if your children want or need some downtime, you've already worked it into the schedule. So you know when everything is open and you can build in 2 hours or 3 hours every day so that you guys have some time to just chill out and relax. If your family will be doing anything like rides or zip lines or anything like that, be sure to check the age and weight restrictions. That might be a case where you do have to divide and conquer. If you decided that you are overwhelmed and you do not want to plan every aspect of your family vacation, I have a couple of already done for you options. If you're prioritizing self-care, nurturing the family connection, and embracing new experiences, you can do this. Stress and worry and planning free. These vacation options, basically all you have to do is fly to them and the rest is taken care of. All-inclusive resorts. All-inclusive resorts means that you just go to the resort and then you're done. Your hotel, your food, everything is paid for. Often it also includes any non-motorized sports, including paddle boards, kayaks, snorkel gear, and pool toys. And many adults are excited by the all-inclusive that includes unlimited alcohol. What I loved most about taking my family to all-inclusives when the kids were little was the food options. Kids can be really picky eaters. They are also usually on a food schedule. The buffet at the resort is open almost always. It has kid-friendly food, and it offers dietary and allergy restriction choices as well. If you do your research and read the reviews, you can also find some all-inclusive results with amazing kids clubs. I usually searched for all-inclusives with fabulous kids clubs first. Then I started narrowing down my choices by where they were, which was further narrowed down by the price of the plane tickets, and finally, options for me, as I am happy as long as I'm on a beach. My favorite place to search is tripadvisor.com. I like to read what other people have written about, and you can type in the search kind of like what you're looking for. For example, Mexico is usually pretty cheap for us to fly to in Arizona, and so I usually just do a search for TripAdvisor of best kids clubs in Mexico, that kind of thing. And it's a really easy search. The reviews also have the date the review is written. And this is incredibly important because, for example, I love to go to Mexico and I really love the Florida side. The Florida side gets hit by hurricanes, and sometimes those hurricanes have devastated resorts. So when people are talking about how beautiful it is or they stayed at this building, you're going to then want to make sure that that's current information and that a hurricane has not come through and they aren't doing a frantic rebuild. The other option, if you just want to purchase the trip and have the rest done for you, is to go on a cruise. Cruises are an all-inclusive on water. I loved cruising with my kids. This was probably our most common go-to with the kids. And my kids, we always chose Royal Caribbean because Royal Caribbean's Kids Club is science-based, and I love that. And my kids loved it. They loved going to the Kids Club on Royal Caribbean, so that made everybody happy. The entertainment was fun at night. Sometimes they'd have ice skating shows. It just depends on what kind of ship you did. And by the time my children were 20, they were already really high-ranking members because you start making them card members on their very first cruise. So that paid off well for them later on. Oddly enough, the only vacation that my kids liked more than the cruises was the house we rent through like a VRBO each summer on the Oregon coast. And that's because we do a lot of family bonding. There aren't even really any sights we see. Sometimes we go horseback riding, but we just play games and hang out on the coast. As the children got older, like 8 years old, on the cruises, they would read the schedule for the day and tell me which activities they were planning on doing on the ship. This is where the cruise outshines any of the rest of your activities. There is more to do on a cruise than for every single age than any other vacation. We recently just came back from a 3-family cruise. The ages ranged from 11 to 55. Every night there is a show that is kid-friendly that you can watch, like a mini Broadway type, with the singers cabaret or whatever, but they're doing something and the kids can always go and enjoy that. There was a cupcake decorating class that the 11 and the 16-year-old wanted to go to, and they did go to. There was nightly karaoke that the 11, 16, and 54-year-olds attended 3 times, and the 27 and the 28-year-old and, the 23-year-old joined in 2 times, and the 11-year-old was there almost every night with the friends she met on the ship. I thought I had died and gone to heaven when there was an art scavenger hunt on board the entire ship area. I did this alone and had a wonderful time. My sister and her husband took salsa lessons. The point is there's just so much going on, and this is just on the ship. The 11-year-old went to the kids club and found a group of kids that she hung out with the entire week. She loved it. Cruises offer so much more than all-inclusive resorts. The food is also way better. It's not that it's bad at the resorts. It's just phenomenally amazing on the ship. However, the all-inclusive resorts are pretty much the price they say they will be when you buy your ticket. So when they say it's $120 per person per night, except kids under 12 are free, that's the price. So that's what you're going to pay. Usually it's not anymore for alcohol. It's not anymore for water. It's not anymore for room service. We tip, but you don't have to, but we do. So I would bring extra money for tipping. But other than that, that's it. Unless you choose to go on excursions like outside of your hotel. But if you walk down the beach or to a thing that's in town, you didn't have to take an excursion. It's all included that way. The cruise is not even close to the price you're going to pay online for it. So they say, oh, wow, you can get a whole week on the ship for 2 people for $391 a person. And that's your cruise, and that includes your food, right? And everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is the best deal ever. Well, it doesn't include bottled water, and you're going to be thirsty. It doesn't include any of your drinks, like no pop or anything like that. It doesn't include, gratuities, taxes. Taxes are huge. Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi at the all-inclusive resorts. Photos, alcohol, specialty coffee, shore excursions, and shore excursions are also more at the all-inclusive resorts. Room service, fitness classes. Fitness classes are free at the all-inclusive resorts. Random fun things like the cupcake decorating. If they're having a fun thing where they have to pay for supplies for it, you're going to be paying for those supplies. So if they have salsa lessons, that did not cost extra. But like bingo, they have to have prizes to win. You pay for that. All of those are extra charges. So I would say if you're going to go on a cruise, if you do any of the excursions easily, they're $75 per person. So that's what you're looking at. Again, they're still the easiest thing to do, and the kids love them the most, but you should go into it with your eyes wide open. In crafting the ultimate family vacation, the goal is clear: to create a series of unforgettable memories where every single member of the family has an amazingly fabulous time. This summer, find an opportunity to either plan your adventure for next summer, as it does require quite a bit of planning or saving up money for it, or take the plunge and go on a fun-filled family adventure this summer. The movie quote, "The wilderness must be explored. Caw, caw, roar, Brother Bear." If you are hearing this message, you've listened to the entire episode, and for that, I want to send you a huge thank you. Please leave me a comment or review and share with other moms you know. Get in touch in the comments or on Kara's social media networks. See you next week for a new episode.